this is another genius thought. So come on, let's be honest. So let's be honest about um, paying attention and seeing what's going on. Um, I've spoken about this before in regards to stuff not being able to be kept secret, being hidden. Um, you know, dark secrets coming to the light. That's the time we're living in. It's happening all around you. Everything is being exposed for what it is, and you also are watching people that's assimilating, and others are delineating for whatever purpose seems to serve you best, or what they want you to believe is best for you. It's up to you if you want to follow it or not, or be your own thinker, be your own mind. It's up to you, but uh, it's hard to really believe anything right now. And if it is what it is, it still seems like it's not what it seems to be once you look into it even further. Um, you gotta understand that it's so much that's trying to distract you from dealing with your spirituality. And I'm talking about real spirituality. I'm not talking about um, the people walking around here that's it's just a fad to them. It's just, leaving one religion to another. But the ego is still, the dominant factor with how you make decisions and how you move about life. Um, for selfishness. I mean, you know, getting into your spiritual work is selfish, but not to where you not understanding the um, cooperation that you display with your fellow man and woman. Because everybody's walking their own journey, but they want to distract you from dealing with your spirituality, getting to learn or know who you are, and they also can see. Um, you have a lot of people waking up to um, questioning religion, and hide, um, the part it plays in his life if it's hurting him, or if it's helping him. But like I said, true words are in scriptures. You just gotta understand and read it for what it truly stands for, because a lot of it is um, metaphysical and allegorical, and it's mythos. So, um, you know, you'll notice that most cultures have the same type of stories, just different faces, um, which dark people gotta understand and know that you have to have your own image of God. You can't keep following someone else's image of their God, or it's going to keep you away from who you are, your true self. Mm, and a lot of that worshiping is just displaying itself right now. A lot of that worship is just displaying itself, man, and you can't help but notice it. And everybody trying not to talk about it. Um, it's been ignored for a long time, but that's one of those cases I speak about. That's an example of the darkness coming to the light. Like, how long have a woman been feeling like that? And you keep going and digging and diving and reading. Uh, um, and also they got brothers out there that's putting it out there that's trying to let us know, like, it's been going on for a long time. And I would also see stories as well. I would come across stuff and they'd be like, I was just thinking to myself, like, how come the black women get a pass when they step out, but it's you know, it's all national teeth when when the dog man does it, when the original man does it. So like coming across a lot of things that's just giving me answers and closure on things I used to think about growing up, but can nobody really give me an answer or they don't want to talk about it, because they probably don't want to ruffle no feathers and be at risk of being in a bad situation because of who they with. But man, you just gotta stay true to self, and just accept it. And just because black men are speaking about these situations and having their opinion, um, I mean, out of the race of men, I believe that we the most forgiving and man, we the most forgiving. We deal with the most, and we got the most patience, man. We got the most patience, and we wouldn't be getting no credit for that. We just be getting blamed and ridiculed for stuff that's not even our fault. They keep trying to turn around to where it's us. And it's like it's not us like that. You're looking at the wrong one. You know. So yeah, you're gonna have some bad apples, but it's gonna be everybody got bad apples, but as a collective, everybody else, they deal with them. And a lot of them now exposing how they really feel. They starting to feel like um, they can go on a tangent and say what they want to say because one, they know they can get a lot of support. Two, I believe they do it a lot for um, going viral because man, if you say something out the box, you're gonna go viral. Like it's eventually the video's gonna eventually get around, and then they're like, if they do lose their job, the people gonna support them. Especially if they ride behind something they say, and that's how they feel. But they ain't got the heart to say it, so they like, oh well, I'm a throw in some change because they're out there, they're a voice for me, and that's how they see it. So that's a hustle now. You know what I'm saying? Like they about to turn racism into a hustle to where they're gonna be able to get paid off of doing it. You know what I'm saying? You already heard about cases where they didn't call the original people out their name and people start supporting. Man, just look, you can go see. You can go see. I might post it up here later, depends. But like post the articles and stuff of who I'm talking about. But y'all done seen it. I know y'all done seen it. Because these are things that go viral. So you done seen it. All I'm saying is see it for what it is and how they can flip that, and be talking about freedom of speech and yeah, that's what need to be said. But like I say, gotta stop giving them a reason. You know what I'm saying? They gonna always find a reason anyway. Because even when we was dealing with our own, they had to come and mess it up. But I'm not gonna get into that tonight. Um, but yeah, man, I just want to let y'all know everything's just it's just coming out, and the original man, we have to deal with this accordingly. But saying all that to say, we don't um, condone harming our women, or we don't condone um, hating, because this ain't coming from a place of hate. It's just that we tired and we ready to speak up because y'all be trying to ridicule us for things that you do times 10. And it's like you don't want what's good for you. You want what's bad for you. But you try to blame us when what's bad for you don't work out for you. And then when what's good for you don't want to sit around there and make you better, you start trying to make people believe that's bad. That's bad. But that's the good decision becomes the bad decision because of your decision. You want to flip the narrative, but yeah, but I'm gonna close it out. PRR, under the radar, be easy, be cool. Oh, hold on. Um, hold on. So I gotta drop another goddess, because I do want to continue that series on. So, all right. So we gonna do Jahi, uh, also referred to the harlot, the whole origin, Mesopotamia. Jahi is a primordial spirit who may have begun her incarnation as a creatrix. Jahi is the first goddess and the first woman. She emerged from the void that brought forth a serpent from herself. She and the snake made love, conceiving the whole world. The first sexual encounter with the serpent caused menstruation. In some parts of the world, the phrase "bitten by a snake" remains a euphemism for menstruation, especially a girl's first period. So, in addition to the universe in general, Jahi is specifically accredited with inventing snakes, sex, and menstruation. Once upon a time, a really long time ago, she was considered the holiest of the holy, but times changed and Jahi was reappraised. Much of what is documented about her derives from the perspective of Zoroastrian holy texts, and whose context she is considered among the worst of the worst. Zoroastrianism describes Jahi as a demon of lavishness, the cause of menstruation, a polluting whore, whose temptations must be resisted. She is the consort of Ahriman, the dreaded spirit of destruction. Although she is no longer considered the creator of the universe or a celestial power, Zoroastrianism still assigns Jahi dominion over menstruation and sex, especially illicit sex or sexual acts perceived as polluting. Jahi is the spirit of flesh and fluids. To comprehend Zoroastrian disapproval of Jahi, one must appreciate that she is a spirit of wet dampness in the context of a spiritual tradition that deifies and venerates fire. Jahi is described as offending fire, her presence threatened to diminish or extinguish it. So right here they also add the resemblance of Jahi's name to at least some of the names ascribed to the Jewish God is impossible to ignore. Many also perceive resemblances between Jahi's myth and the biblical story of the Garden of Eden. So Jahi is a primordial mother. Those exploring women's mysteries, or specifically menstrual magic and mysteries, may invoke her sponsorship and assistance. So manifestations. So Jahi is moist. Her vagina is wet and all bloody. She perspires. Her ringlets are described as dripping. Whether water or sweat, she may be felt as a damp emanation. She is intentionally yin spirit. Okay. Planet, moon, element, water, color red. So red. Okay. So sexy red. So Jahi is sexy and she's red. Or color is red. Very illicit sex. I think that's what I'm getting at. But yeah, so that's what's being venerated right now. The goddess is like that, as you can see. How everything is sex related. Just explicit sex related, not subtle, but it's just out there in your face. So take it for what it's worth. Alright, now I'm out for real. PR under the radar. Be easy, be cool. Again.